G'day guys. Today we're going to be tackling a little bit of work on the rear guard before we take it down to Artini's and get him to fix up what I stuff up doing that. So like you saw in the first video, if you watched that, the rear end that came with it was a 200. It had this fiberglass guard on it. So I swapped that for a guy with this guard here. This is off a Heritage. Now, there's a couple of little differences. Obviously, this big gaping hole that you can see here. The Tombstone tail light doesn't fit with this guard. It's got, you know, a nice bit of chrome at the bottom compared to the Deluxe, which is just a little piece of trim. Same shape, but yeah, it doesn't have the mounts for the tail light. The Deluxe one, I did a bit of searching around and I found one on eBay. So I had that one shipped over from, this one came from the UK. Needs a little bit of work on it. It does have the trim on it, but I think one of the tabs is broken. It's a little bit loose. So, as to which one I'm going to use, I'm going to try and use both. No, I'm not going to put them side by side and make some super wide monstrosity. What I'm planning to do is use this one for the mounting area. I do like the extra bit of chrome and stuff on the bottom of the Heritage one. And if you see the profile of this, the continual sort of curve stops about here, which is right at the bottom of where the Tombstone light finishes. I kind of would like the guard to be a little bit longer. So what I'm going to do is probably ruin two good guards trying to make one and having to end up buying another. But this is all about learning, so I'll give it a shot, I think. What I need to do first is, there's a few little dents. Well, let's ask our expert guest for an assessment on this guard.
Well, you ain't that straight.
Thanks for that, Joe Exotic. Yeah, it's not that straight at all. So what I'm going to do is try and knock out these dents on the side. I'm not too worried about this little dent here because we might even cut sort of around that and then stitch in a section of the other one. So yeah, I spoke to my mate. I got him to have a look at them, who's a fair bit better welder than what I am, which wouldn't be hard. But he said, yeah, get this side straight first and then we'll have a look at putting them together. So, without any further mucking around, let's try and get this side all straightened out. I mean, looking down at now, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. That side, obviously, you know, my reference, you can see it does flare out towards the front a bit there. This flares out, but it flares out here and here and here and here and here. I don't know how much more I can do without having proper tools. Alright, I've done about as much as I can here for now. Look, it's not perfect. Again, I don't have the right tools to do all this sort of stuff, so it's as good as what I can do with what I have and the knowledge that I have. Next step will be going out to my mate's place, who's, as I said, he's a lot better welder than what I am. We will try and turn these two guards into one guard. So that'll probably be the next day or two, whenever I can get out there and when he's got a bit of spare time to give me a hand. So next video you'll see will be in different workshop and having a go at these guards. See you there. Righto, so here we are at the shed. We've got a bit of a measurement here of how much we're going to chop out of this one, or how much, yeah, where we need to cut it so we can extend this one basically from where the curve starts going the opposite way. We're just going to hit it with a grinder right now And don't get excited because I said grinder. Hit it with a grinder, take a bit of paint off so we can put some more reference marks on it.
So there's 5mm up and straight across.
And that's where the
bottom
curve that way finishes, and that one sort of starts. So obviously if we want to extend it, we want to keep this curve going and not extend it so it doesn't stick out the arse end by yay.
And have a kick.
Yeah, so we want to retain that kick and keep it curving around and kick out. So that's our cut point. So we've got heaps of data here with reference points and that sort of thing, so we shouldn't screw this up. All of those numbers mean something when you look at this. Yeah, so now comes the fun part. We're either going to be making good progress towards having a 6-inch longer guard or having 2 useless guards. So we'll get cutting and see what happens. There's probably some bits where we're just going to need to give it a little bit of love. There might be some high spots on one of the guards and low on the other, but we can make that work. Yeah, that looks good. Alright, we've got these ones cut down. You can see the difference in height that there's going to be. Obviously still got to fill in this hole and just tidy it up from where we made a mess of it, pulling out the spot welds in the back. But yeah, that's going to be the height of extension there. Because there's about an inch gap where we've joined the 2 sections of guard together, we laid down the section of heritage guard that we weren't using for the extension and found the best curve that matches our new guard. Cut out a section of that, which we'll then trace around on our new guard. Cut out a section so we can weld this in place.
yeah, pretty happy with that bend. There might be a little bit there where it's sort of, they both pinch down, but we'll check that out with a straight edge and we'll be able to fix that anyway. But yeah, happy with how that looks. I'm going to try and get the other side to look the same. Right, I cut out this relief here for the second side that we're going to have a crack at, and if you think that cut doesn't look very straight, your eyes are working, because it's not very straight, but we'll fix that up. That's both sides of the guard tacked up. As you can sort of see, hoping, can't see how much you can see it on video, but the contours are very much the same, which I'm super happy with. Not that you're going to see both at the same time anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but the fact that the curves are just uniform and nice, running hand over fast, that doesn't actually feel like a high spot. Same with down the bottom, so I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty close. You can get the glue out and stick it and we'll be done.
Done.
Because it's thin metal that we're welding in and it spans a bit of distance, we're using a wet rag to try and pull down the spot welds after we weld to try and limit any warping. Been a couple of weeks since we did the work on the guard at Darcy's shed. I took the guard down to Artini's and got them to have a look at it. They were happy with how much work we'd done and they can take it from there. So I took the guard home, threw it on the bike to get it sort of test fitted up. They want the whole bike to make sure when they do their work everything lines up and it's all straight, there's going to be no issues. So I did that after work one afternoon. I didn't film it because I was in a massive rush to get down there before they shut. So we'll go down this morning just to have a look at it as it sits. They haven't started doing any work on it yet, so you'll get to see it as what I've done to it before they work their magic on it. So yeah, we'll pull up there shortly and I'll take some footage of it just as it sits. You'll get to see how it looks with the rear guard. Again, I'm like super happy with how that's turned out, especially for first time doing anything like that. Yeah, really stoked with it. So yeah, next thing we'll just pull up and have a bit of a look and go from there. All right, so we're down here at Artini's. This is the bike as it sits, so the guard's been fitted up just so they can check it out. Yeah, it sits quite a bit lower to the ground now. I think in the end it ended up being a 6-inch extension on that, so yeah, as I said, I'm real happy with it. The curves came out nice on it. She still obviously looks pretty rough. As I said on the drive down, they haven't done anything with it yet. We're going to end up smoothing it, so all these holes here are going to be filled in. I'm going to leave this bottom section for the trim that's off the Heritage. Yeah, and then we'll have the tail light number plate mounting up here, so I think it's going to look really good. Tank doesn't need, actually tank does need some work, and then got the front guard sitting here, so you can see, yeah, I've showed you before, but she's pretty twisted. But this is it as it sits before anyone's done anything on it, ready to do some work. So yeah, I'm not sure on a time frame. I've given them the brief of exactly what I want to happen. When they get round to it, like I said, you know, Artini looks after me really well, so I'm not going to rush him to do anything, and I'm in no rush to get it on the road. It's coming into, well, it's summer and it's absolutely pissing with rain outside. It's a shitty day, so yeah, not missing any ride days by not having it done anyway. So yeah, next thing will be, once I've painted it, I've given him the decals, and yeah, we'll go from there after that. Hopefully next one, as I said, isn't too far away, but until then, that's it.